So in a nutshell, what is Eko Atlantic City? It's basically a solution to a problem that Nigeria, and specifically Lagos, and specifically Victoria Island, was suffering from. So it's not a megalomaniac project. The genius about Eko Atlantic is that it is a solution to a problem that would benefit the average man. The average Nigerian now can live in peace without any flood coming into their way. I mean, if you go back in history and see the damage that the flood really exercised on Victoria Island, you'd be kind of flabbergasted. And people had to mobilize and live this unimaginable way of life. And then came, the breakwater, it was called actually the Great Wall of Lagos. That's what, it was the Great Wall of Lagos. Why? Because it secured Victoria Island from that flood that was just happening on a yearly basis. So the Great Wall of Lagos became the solution to a problem. And then there was the commercial opportunity of what are we going to do within that breakwater? Well, why don't we do something very smart and then place Victoria Island, and specifically Lagos, on the world map and build a 21st century city? I mean, imagine, it is a genius idea that came, out of a problem that needed a solution, and that was the solution. So a solution to a problem became a viable commercial project. And then what do? You just bring in all the experts from Holland who are experts at dredging, and you bring in all the machines from there, and you start dredging and building the seas of your first 8.5 kilometers, 8.5 million square meters of land. Dredging is going into the sea, getting sand, and then just pouring it into where you want to have your own, the new city, basically. And people started buying land out of water. So they did this master plan, and of course, as in every project, you need to test it whether it works or not. So they did this agreement with the government, and all of a sudden you've got that huge amount of water, which is real estate, but still on water. And what do? You start selling plots of land that doesn't exist, but there's just water. It's like, where is my plot of land? It's just there. It's just water. And then people were buying it. Why? Because they saw what the advantages are, and what value. And then you can see it now. Look at Eko Atlantic now. It is a viable city. There's real estate that already were built there. I don't know how many dollars per square meter is every plot of land. The professionalism out of which Eko Atlantic has been done and conducted, the quality of the people, the caliber of the people that came in to manage it. They brought people all the way from Europe, from Lebanon, from the Middle East, from Dubai, from England. I came from England, right? I was working for Zaha, and all of a sudden I'm working in Nigeria. Well, I was the chief planner, I think, for the Eko Atlantic City, because there was a setup where it was a very interesting one. I was like, the whole thing was an amazing learning experience for me, because I was employed to work there. Being there, you're not only working with the architecture department, but you're also working with the infrastructure department, you're working with the contracting department, you're working with the agricultural department. It's all in the Sharouri group, right? Because this group had all sorts of supply chain for construction, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's construction, whether it's agriculture, whether it's construction materials, whether it's sanitary equipment. They had the whole thing covered. Gary Masoud was the brains behind what needs to be done on a day-to-day basis to deliver, right? And the visionary was was, Sheikh Ronald Shahouri. He was the visionary of what needs to be done. I mean, as a family, they're all visionaries, but I dealt on a day-to-day basis with him. And rubbing shoulders with Ronald Shahouri is an education, by itself. I mean, being around Gabi Masoud as well is a great education. But having been within that environment gives you that amazing confidence that anything is possible and that everything could be done if you just think about it properly and make sure your sequence of thoughts and events are properly done.